fans, and welcome to Hashmans Hockey Hat-trick. I'm Brian, and it's Monday, May 6, 2024. And in the words of the immortal hockey great Badger Bob Johnson, it's a great day for hockey. Well, unfortunately, we only have one game taking place on this Monday night, and that's contrary to FanDuel Sportsbook, who over the weekend on Saturday had the Edmonton-Vancouver second round series listed as starting tonight. And also yesterday on Sunday, they showed the Edmonton at Vancouver series starting tonight. But that doesn't seem to be the case. The NHL.com website has the series listed as to be determined as per scheduling. And also ESPN.com does not have the series listed with a date to start either. But let's get back to this game taking place tonight between the Boston Bruins at the Florida Panthers. It's an 8 p.m. Eastern Time puck drop. This is game one of the second round series, and it's taking place at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, Florida tonight. Well, during the regular season, the Boston Bruins pretty much owned the Florida Panthers. And was that a payback from last season? Probably so. But they swept the Florida Panthers 4-0, and two of those games were decided in overtime. And to get back and refresh your memories about last season, the Boston Bruins, of course, won the President's Trophy for having the best record in the NHL. And the Florida Panthers squeaked into the playoffs as the second wild card seed in the Eastern Conference. And the Boston Bruins in the first round played the Florida Panthers. The Bruins were up 3-1, only for the Florida Panthers to come back and win 3 games straight and win the series, bouncing out the Boston Bruins in Game 7. Needless to say, the Florida Panthers went on to the Stanley Cup Finals, where they lost to the defending champion Las Vegas Golden Knights. But in this game tonight, I'm looking at some of the statistics for both these teams. And during the postseason, the Florida Panthers so far are third among all postseason NHL teams for goals scored per game. They're only behind the Colorado Avalanche and the Edmonton Oilers for average goals scored per game. And the Florida Panthers are scoring an average of 4 goals per game thus far in the postseason. Also, the Florida Panthers are third again in team average shots on goal per game. And the Florida Panthers are shooting an average of 32 shots on their opponent's goals per game. While the Boston Bruins, they're 10th for shots on goal. They're only getting 27.43 shots on goal average per game. And the Bruins, scoring-wise, are 9th, and they've only been scoring 2.57 goals scored per game. So the Florida Panthers definitely have the advantage for shots on goal and goals scored per game. But what I think the Boston Bruins have the advantage is that they have Jeremy Swayman in goal. He played 6 of the 7 games. He pretty much stood on his head in the 6 games he played versus the Toronto Maple Leafs in their first round series. And just to provide you with some analytics on statistically how the goaltending matchup is in this second round playoff series. Boston Bruins, Jeremy Swayman, in 6 games played versus the Toronto Maple Leafs, he only allowed 9 goals against. So in this postseason, Jeremy Swayman has a 1.5 goals against average, where on the home team bench tonight, Sergei Bobrovsky of the Florida Panthers, he's allowed 14 goals against in his 5 games played in the first round versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. And that's a goals against average of 2.8. Not too shabby. Just doesn't compare to Swayman's 1.5 goals against in 6 games played. That's phenomenal to start out the playoffs for Swayman. So that's definitely an advantage that the Bruins have in this second round series. And a lot of NHL analytics are saying that the Bruins also have the momentum coming into this contest tonight because they knocked off the Toronto Maple Leafs in Game 7 just 2 nights ago. So I'm not sure that holds any weight for me because I think during the playoffs that these teams are just hitting out of control. There's so many hits per game compared to regular season. There's over 40 hits per game per team, and some teams are even recording 50 hits against opponents per game. So these teams are banged up already just from the first round series. I think the Bruins might be banged up a little more from playing 7 games versus the Panthers only played 5 games against the Lightning. So I think the Florida Panthers getting a few days rest more than the Bruins gives them the advantage in this contest tonight. Anyways, that being said, I like the Florida Panthers in this contest tonight, that they are well rested and they have a bone to pick with the Bruins as the Bruins have the pick with them. So my first prediction in tonight's one NHL contest taking place, I like the Florida Panthers on the money line at home versus the visiting Boston Bruins. And for my second prediction in tonight's action, I think Jeremy Swayman is definitely going to uphold the Florida Panthers from accumulating their goals per game average that they were able to get on the Tampa Bay Lightning. So I think we're going to see an under for total goals scored in this contest tonight. So for my second prediction in tonight's one NHL game, I like under 5.5 total goals scored in the Boston Bruins at the Florida Panthers tonight. For my third prediction in tonight's NHL contest between these two Atlantic Division rivals, I'm looking at Florida Panthers forward Sam Reinhart. He ended off the season with pretty high marks on the stat sheets. He wasn't the top performer in the first round versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, but he did come in third for overall points scored for the Florida Panthers behind Matthew Tkachuk and Carter Verhaeghe. And Sam Reinhart recorded 23 shots on goal in 5 postseason games versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. And that's an average of over 4 shots on goal per game. And Sam had 4 or more shots on goal in 4 of the 5 postseason games versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. So for my third prediction in tonight's one NHL game, I like Florida Panthers forward Sam Reinhart to again get over 3.5 shots on goal tonight at home versus the visiting Boston Bruins. Hey now, hockey fans. So to recap my Hashmans Hockey Hat-trick of 3 predictions in tonight's one NHL game for Monday, May 6, 2024. My first prediction, I like the Florida Panthers on the money line at home versus the visiting Boston Bruins tonight. For my second prediction, I like under 5.5 total goals scored in the Boston Bruins at the Florida Panthers tonight. And for my third prediction in tonight's one NHL game, I like Florida Panthers forward Sam Reinhart to get over 3.5 shots on goal tonight at home versus the visiting Boston Bruins. Thanks for watching my video, hockey fans. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please also put your comments in the comments section below because not only would the Hashman like to know what everyone's predictions are in tonight's one NHL game, but also everyone in my Hashmans Hockey Hat-trick community would love to know what everyone's predictions are in tonight's one NHL game. Also, put your comments in the comments section below because I'd like to know what you honestly think of my predictions for tonight's game. Thanks again for watching, hockey fans. As always, good luck with your bets tonight.